Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 11, text number 9. Let me see whether I can share. I think most of you can see that. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yarhyambujaksha pasasarabho bhavan kurun madunvata surhuddridrikshaya tatrabda koti pratibakshano bhavet rabim vinakshnor ivanas tavachyuta Yaryambujaksha pasasarabho bhavan kurun madhunvata surudridrikshaya tatrabdakoti pratimakshano bhavet rabim vinakshnor ivanas tavachyuta. Word to word meaning. Yarhi, whenever, Ambujaksha, O lotus-eyed one, Apasa Sara, you go away. Bho, O Bhavan, yourself. Kurun, the descendants of King Kuru. Madhun, the inhabitants of Mathura, Vrajabhumi. Va, either. Atha, therefore. Surut, Didrikshaya, for meeting them. Tatra, at that time. Abda Koti, millions of years. Pratimaha, like. Kshana, moments. Bhavet, becomes. Ravim, Vina, without. Akshano, of the eyes. Iva, like that. Naha, ours. Tava, your. Achyuta, O infallible one. Translation. O lotus-eyed Lord, whenever you go away to Mathura, Vrindavan, or Hastinapur to meet your friends and relatives, every moment of your absence seems like millions of years. O infallible one, at that time our eyes becomes useless, as if bereft of sun. Purport. We are all proud of our material senses for making experiments to determine the existence of God. But we forget that our senses are not absolute by themselves. They can only act under the certain conditions. For example, our eyes, as long as the sunshine is there, our eyes are useful to a certain extent. But in the absence of sunshine, the eyes are useless. Lord Sri Krishna, being the primeval Lord, the supreme truth, is compared to a sun. Without him, all our knowledge is either false or partial. The opposite of a sun is the darkness. And similarly, the opposite of Krishna is Maya or illusion. The devotees of the Lord can see everything in true perspective due to the light disseminated by Lord Krishna. By the grace of the Lord, the pure devotee cannot be in darkness of ignorance. Therefore, it is necessary that we must always be in the sight of Lord Krishna so that we can see both ourselves and the Lord with his different energies. As we cannot see anything in the absence of sun, so also we cannot see anything including our own self. Without the factual presence of the Lord, without Him, all our knowledge is covered by illusion. Om Agnana Timirandasya Dhananjana Shlakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saha Gana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Petkrupa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Thank you for this opportunity to read Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning hours, which is auspicious to everyone and makes our day very successful. So, request sincerely all your prayers and blessings, the assembled Vaishnavas in this Zoom call, so that I can speak something with my limited knowledge. Early morning, we see Brahma Muhurta hours, very, very auspicious for the day, for the devotional service. It's pitch dark nowadays till 7:30. It's basically dark. But the moment sun comes out, especially in Chicago, we'll be very happy. I had conversations with few friends. They say whenever they see the darkness, especially there is no sun in the winter, and if they say snow, see the snow outside, they'll feel completely depressed. And finally, people go to the doctor. They say there are so many problems going on in my life. I can't, and the doctor treats one after the other. And doctor could not see any remedy because he's treating with this medicine, that medicine, antibiotic. But end of the day, nothing works. So then the doctor feels it's a depression for you. And the people suggest if you want to get out of this darkness, go to a place where there is light, always light, maybe Sunshine State, Florida, or some other state where it is a lot of sunlight is there. So in general, if we don't see the sun, we are actually depressed. How many of us? Yeah, see, and then even I have experience in my travel one day, whenever I'm in Chicago, especially in the winter, it's too tough. It's very dark, always snow, etc. But you go to a place where it's maybe San Francisco or something, it's you feel very active, very, very active, and then keep you running. So the days automatically goes very well when there is a sunlight. Similarly, Lord Krishna's presence is like that, like a sun. That's exactly what Prabhupada explains in his purport. And the context is, as we know, we are reading every day, arrival of Lord Krishna to Dwarka. And the inhabitants of Dwarka, they were feeling separation of Krishna all these days, many days, because Krishna had left Dwarka, been to Hastinapur for the war, and they were all feeling a moment, every moment of Krishna's absence, like seems like a millions of years. I don't know whether we can all, because we are not that in bhava or prema, to feel that separation of Krishna every moment. Krishna, you're not there. I cannot live in this world. But worldly, if you look at it, we are going to a meeting. Everybody is going to office today, starting. We are in a meeting. We are stuck in the traffic, and you have to give a presentation. For us, every moment, oh my God, when is this traffic going to clear? So every moment is like an hours and days for us. Correct? Because we don't feel, oh my God, when am I going to, what if I can be on the call, but how can I do a presentation? It's very tough. So that is the time we feel that a moment is years together. Till that time we don't understand. Similarly, but that is worldly. But what is this moment of separation? That's a feeling of separation in the absence of Krishna as a moment. It says millions of years. Who can have this kind of feeling of separation? It's, I don't know, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu explains. Many times we have seen, heard from His Holiness Ramapad Maharaj, and series of lectures he gave us about the bhava, sthayi bhava. I couldn't understand initially. And maybe I don't even know what does that mean. So somehow Krishna's mercy, Ramapad Maharaj's mercy, we were able to understand, all of us able to understand a little bit what exactly that means. So these are nothing but emotions which is coming out of all the devotees, very, very, very dear to the Lord. They're because they were feeling separation from Krishna. These emotions, we can see the earlier verses, the smile of Krishna, the face of Krishna, the absence of Krishna, they're all feeling separation. Oh, when can I see him? When can I see him? That's a kind of a moment you feel like, wow, millions of years. It's called a study. It's a sthayi bhava. Maharaj explained many times. Few things on a glimpse. So I just went and referred a little bit of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that says the general symptoms of Bhagavad Bhakti rasas are being explained here. In this division, there are 5 waves. In the southern division of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it's called Vibhava, that which is the cause of tasting rati, Anubhava, bodily transformations which illustrate the emotions of mind, Sattvika Bhava, ecstatic symptoms which arise from Shuddha Bhakti, or in other words, when the mind is overwhelmed with the emotion in relationship to Krishna. Then 4th one is Vebhichari Bhava, disturbing emotions originating from the from unserving to enlarge the Sthayi Bhava. And the Sthayi Bhava means Dhad Bhava, or permanent condition of the heart, which dominates the favorable and unfavorable emotions. It is also known as Krishna Rathi. Being nourished by the aggregate of Vibhava, Anubhava, etc., Rati means attraction toward Krishna in the form of supreme rasa is obtained. This matter is discussed in this section of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So it says what that Sthai Bhava means. That the tastefulness is obtained within the heart of a devotee, and it is called Bhakti Rasa. So we have that 5 types of primary rasas: Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. But when Vibhava and Anubhava, etc., are combined with the Sthayi Bhava, then Krishna Rati, that Krishna attraction, obtains a supremely marvelous taste that becomes changed into rasa. In this way, Shanti Rasa is changed into Shanta Rasa, Dasya Rasa is changed into Dasya Rasa, and Sakya Rati is changed to Sakya Rasa, Vatsalya Rati is changed to Vatsalya Rasa, and Madhurya Rati is changed to Madhurya Rasa. So it's all high words from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. But one understanding is how much attachment we have for Krishna, and what kind of emotions you feel without Krishna is the understanding of these pure devotees. When the devotees Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam, we know that verse, when devotees come together and discuss each other about Krishna Katha, then it's a kind of a love or an attraction. You feel that attraction when we start hearing Krishna Katha, because our hearts are covered, our minds are covered, everything is covered in our conditioned life. But what opens up, because the dormant love of Krishna is sitting in everybody's heart, but when does that open is by hearing Krishna Katha. By hearing, our attraction to Krishna, slowly opens up. That means it slowly attracts. For some people, prasadam attracts, some people kirtan attracts, some people hearing of Krishna Katha attracts. So anything related to Krishna attracts. So slowly the attraction comes, and then slowly in due course of time, then attachment also arises. So I don't have that yet, but based on the devotional services, principles, if you follow the devotional services based on what our previous acharyas and spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada has taught us, this will definitely lead to that kind of bhava, bhakti and prema bhakti. That's proven by the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So, but how intensely we do that and in the feeling of separation is the main thing. If everybody is together, you don't feel. So when somebody is left somebody, even I am feeling, if you have a beloved, very beloved to you is not anymore with you, then that is the time you feel that separation. If they're all together, you don't feel, what's the big deal? But if there is a person who is very beloved to you is not anymore, then every moment, every day, I will be thinking about the beloved. Correct? Similarly here for Krishna, the person who are with discussing the Krishna Katha every day, their attraction and attachment develops, and that bhava emanates in their heart. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains what is that verse? Yugayitam nimeshena chakshusha pravashaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahe name. Oh Govinda, feeling your separations, I am considering a moment to be 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's separation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is Krishna, but he came as a devotee of Lord Krishna to show us and give us the love for Krishna. And he's telling, every moment I'm feeling the 12 years or more. But here the Dwarkavasis are telling, oh Krishna, the moment was like a millions of years. So that Bhava Bhakti, it's not that easy to get it, but we will get it when we follow these principles. What is the main thing is attraction. Unless something attracts you, they don't feel any attachment. So for us, for all of us, what is that really attracts is Krishna Katha. Like a axle wheel on the cart. Normally, when the wheel runs, the axle also moves, right? And then the cart moves. But for us, Krishna Katha is an axle, wheel is kind of ecstatic love, and the pastimes of Krishna, the qualities of Krishna makes us move the cart, right? So unless that there is a main axle, if the engine is the one which moves the axle, right? So where is that engine? The attraction for us is the main engine. And then the axle and the wheel moves automatically when the engine moves. That's, if there is no attraction, nothing moves. So the attachment develops only if you have an attraction. So these Dwarkavasis had that kind of attraction, so much attraction for Lord Krishna. That's why they felt feeling of separation of every moment. Every moment. Like gopis used to say, what is this creation of the Lord, creation of this universe? Who is this Brahma? Why did he clear the eyelids? For us, we have eyes. We can even open lids. We don't even understand. Even though for Krishna is in front of us, we may not feel that he is Krishna. We may not understand that he is Krishna. But gopis bhava, their prema, is like every moment, even a fraction of a second where the eyelids close, they don't want that to happen. They are blaming Lord Brahma. What is this? His creator. There is a flaw in what his creation. So when do we get that attraction and attachment for Krishna is $1 million question for us. Yes, but when there is a sun, the darkness dissipates. That's why the Prabhupada explained in his purport that therefore it is necessary that we must always be in the sight of Lord Krishna. Suppose if we have no light in the room and only sunlight, you are depending on the sunlight. Open the window, there is no light. Even though you open the window, there is no light. There is a mirror. You want to see yourself in the mirror. But when the sun rises and there is a full light in the room, then we can see in the mirror yourself and the sunlight. So that means self-realization and God realization will happen when you see Krishna. That means when you see the lordships by hearing about Krishna. For us, sunshine. So self-realization, that's why he says, we cannot see anything in the absence of a sun. So also we cannot see anything, include our own self, without factual presence of the Lord. So self-realization, God realization will happen when Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Asatoma Jyotirgamaya. What is that way? So unless there is a sunlight, the darkness won't dissipate. If there is a sunlight, the darkness completely dissipate. So for us, we have to sincerely pray, Krishna, Krishna, please be always with us and be a sun, shine the light on us. In that way, we can see you, self-realize ourselves, and God realize it. Both can happen in the presence of the devotees, in the presence of the association of devotees with Krishna Katha. Then at least our eyes, even though eyes are open, we can see the vision. The vision is there. One is the inner vision and one is the external vision. But when the external vision is clear, very attractive, then the inner vision, which is from the heart, it will open up for us when you see Krishna. When you go to the deity in the temple, we are running for seeing the deity. What if the deities are not there? What do you think? Oh my God, I came all the way. Deities are not even there. How can this be a temple? We are running miles and miles, or even they have closed the curtain. I'm sorry, there's already time. Deities are there, but it's closed. What can I do? The time. Then you feel, oh my God, I came all the way running. Krishna, when can I see? When can I see you? Similarly, we need to develop that attraction for hearing. When you develop the attraction for hearing, then we can see the Krishna in our heart slowly by discussing the Krishna Katha, qualities of Krishna. I think I'll stop here. I have blabbered a lot, so please forgive me if I have said something wrong. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any comments? Any questions? Questions, I don't know whether I can answer, but yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much, Prabhu. I mean, we can, this is the Dwarka Vasi's prayers. It is not even like the gopis or such intimate relation like in the higher rasas, but imagine how they love Krishna. I mean, and they are saying, so this is so amazing. Each and every resident of Dwarka, so much affection for Krishna. And as you said, it's $1 million question when we will develop some bhava or called Sthai bhava, that too. Thank you.
Maharaj explains that Sthai bhava is like a steady bhava.
Yeah.
And then when you attain a raganuga bhakti, spontaneous. Yes. It's like a popcorn machine, popcorn flows. so unless we have that steady bhava, I don't think the popcorn flows flawless. So for us, think about even when Maharaj is explaining, everybody gets attracted, especially a pure devotee explains like that.
Yes.
And so by our ears, just that attracts. So that's everything in our hearing actually, and the focused attention and hearing. Even we may not see in front of us like what gopis saw, but at least we can get a glimpse of what they did there. What was that separation?
Yes.
With that focused attention, by the pure devotee's mercy.
Yes.
Otherwise, I don't. That is what Srimad Bhagavatam is. That's the main thing, right? So yes. Even Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he pratikshana dhanalolupasya. He's thinking that spiritual master. What does it say actually?
Tatradi Dashya, that is Sri
pratikshana dhanalolupasya Correct?
That is Sri Radhika Madhavayor Apara Madhurya Leela Gunarupa Namna Pratachana
Vadanalolopasya Vande Guru Sri. The spiritual master is always eager to hear and chant about the unlimited conjugal pastimes of Radha and Madhava, Radhika and Madhava, and their qualities, names, and forms. The spiritual masters aspires to relish these at every moment. That's what Krishna Chaturta explains what exactly that means. Pratikshana.
Yes, yes. Similarly, in Shastakam also, it says,
Yugayitams, right?
That first verse also it says, I can't remember right now. Yeah, I mean, every moment you enjoy the bliss of chanting Krishna's names like that. Thank you very much, Prabhu. It is very wonderful class. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila
Pranam,
Prabhupada.
Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. That's such a beautiful class. You explained about Bhava and the $1 million question by hearing how we can develop Bhava. So I was just trying to contemplate, Prabhu, in our life, especially when we are not Naishtiki Bhaktas, it so happens that the attraction for hearing itself doesn't remain steadily. Sometimes it is there, sometimes it is not there. And of course, association of devotees helps to improve that. But it so happens that to maintain that steadily itself becomes a challenge sometimes. Are there any tips for that, Prabhu, to improve that?
See, the thing is, the steady bhakti, it's always very, it's not that easy. There is a process of devotional service. So what happens is, even though you would have practiced many years, but you have some attachments other than Krishna, then the mind tends to, because it's a millions of years we are in that conditioning. And what happens is, anything outside, we walk around, we'll see a poster, we see this, we see that, because Maya is very powerful. And then moment what we see, the moment of separation of Krishna, like that, we will say, moment we see that, we get attracted to other things. Correct? So it's what can we do? That is how we were conditioning. But at least we are aware of it today. Yes, if I see I'm getting it, I'll be, oh my God, I'll be diverted. So at least keep hearing. First, the awareness comes into our being, and then slowly, at least one day, we'll ignore that thought. Correct? So because it's like a everyday chanting we are doing, how much, all the 16 rounds do we think about Krishna? Not even once. Even once if we think about Krishna, that is pure bhakti for us. So are we there? Not yet there. So only thing is, we sincerely pray, because Maya is always there. And then we pray, Krishna, please, Krishna, take care of me. At least, I don't want to be in Maya. So we pray Krishna to be out of Maya. So one is the prayers, and one more and more of hearing will give us the awareness to at least to kick in our intelligence, because spiritual intelligence, otherwise the mind and the intelligence will be, they will act on each other. So if your spiritual intelligence kicks in, then the mind gets controlled. So how do we open up that spiritual intelligence? Is by spiritual attachment, especially the katha every day. Nityam Bhagavata Sevya is the only way. It's just like a railway line, parallel line. What happens is the chanting and the hearing both has to be there, right? Otherwise, what will happen? You're cooking every day. You put everything in it. All vegetables are there. If there is no spices, especially the chili powder is not there, only salt is there, do you think it's a sambar? No. If the salt is not there, if there's only the chili powder and the vegetables, is that a sambar? Will you taste? No. So everything has to be there. The salt and the chili both has to be there. Like this hearing and chanting. Then it'll be sambar. It'll be a real sambar for us. Like that, we feel we need to have that steady. How even the steadiness won't come. But I can see myself as an example. Past 1 year, because of I'm home, I'm hearing every day. I definitely missed few, but I'm trying to hear every day. That helped me a lot to get that study. So 7 o'clock, no matter what, at least if you're not able to, at least 7 o'clock, I need to hear Bhagavatam. So at least you will develop that taste of hearing. So more hearing, Prabhu, will definitely, for me, as an example, I'm telling you, I'm getting the taste of hearing just because hearing every day. So if you don't have taste for chanting, what is Prabhupada says? Chant more. Same way, if you don't have hearing attraction, just hear more. Then you'll get awareness. Then spiritual intelligence kicks in. Then slowly we will divert that unnecessarily thing towards Krishna and focus on Krishna. This is my understanding and with my realization, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. That really helps actually. How we get diverted, and the first step is to realize that we are getting diverted, and by hearing we develop spiritual intelligence, and that is when we will be able to bring our mind back, and over a period of time it becomes very normal for us to kick out the unnecessary thoughts and keep only Krishna related thoughts in our mind.
Correct.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, 7:41. That's in the working day. I don't want to disturb. If you have, please, anybody has any questions, comments, please go ahead. Otherwise, I think we can stop. Any realizations from the devotees? Okay, thank you so much for all your time. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patita nama pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.